One rainy afternoon, Clara was rummaging through the old attic of her house, looking for something to pass the time. She loved the attic, dusty, full of forgotten things, and always hiding surprises. Today, something special caught her eye. At the very back, under a pile of old blankets, she found a large, leather bound book. Its cover shimmered with gold writing that read, "The Land of Fairy Tales." Curious, Clara dusted it off and opened the book. To her amazement, the words inside began to glow. Before she knew it, a bright light surrounded her, and suddenly she was no longer in the attic. Clara blinked and looked around. She was standing in the middle of a forest, but it wasn't like any forest she had ever seen. The trees were enormous, their leaves sparkling in all the colors of the rainbow. Flowers glowed softly in the grass, and the air smelled like sweet candy. "Where am I?" Clara whispered. Just then, a small, glowing creature fluttered down from one of the trees. It was a tiny fairy, with wings that shimmered like crystal. The fairy smiled at Clara. "Welcome to the land of fairy tales," the fairy said in a voice as soft as the wind. "I'm Luna, and I've been waiting for you." Clara was astonished. "Waiting for me? Why?" "The land of fairy tales is in trouble," Luna explained, fluttering closer. "Our magical world is starting to disappear, and we don't know why. The stories that keep our land alive are fading, and we need someone brave and kind to help us bring them back." Clara felt a thrill of excitement and a bit of nervousness. "How can I help?" Luna smiled warmly. "The stories need to be remembered and told again. Only then will the magic return. But first, you'll have to visit the different kingdoms in Fairytale Land and help their characters. Come with me." Luna waved her tiny hand, and in an instant, Clara found herself standing at the gates of a grand castle. The castle was made of sparkling ice, and a cold breeze swept through the air. "This is the Kingdom of Frost," Luna said. "Princess Frostine is in trouble. Her kingdom is freezing over, and she doesn't know how to stop it. You'll have to help her figure out what's wrong." Clara nodded and bravely walked up to the castle doors. Inside, the halls were made of shimmering ice, and everything sparkled under the light. At the end of the hallway, Clara saw a tall, elegant figure, Princess Frostine. Her gown was made of snowflakes, and her crown sparkled with icicles, but her face looked worried. "Who are you?" the princess asked, her breath visible in the cold air. "I'm Clara, and I'm here to help," Clara said, stepping forward. "Luna told me your kingdom is freezing over, and I think I can help you figure out why." Princess Frostine sighed. "It's true. My kingdom is becoming colder and colder, and soon it will be covered in ice forever. I don't know what to do." Clara thought for a moment. Then she remembered something from the stories she had read. Maybe it's because the warmth of the kingdom's heart is fading. Fairy tales are full of emotion, love, kindness, and joy. "Have you lost your joy, Princess Frostine?" The princess's eyes filled with sadness. "I have been very lonely lately. My people have been too busy preparing for the long winter, and I've forgotten what it's like to laugh and feel happy." Clara smiled. "I think I know what to do. Let's find something that makes you happy again." Clara led Princess Frostine outside, and together they made snow angels, built snowmen, and laughed as they tossed snowballs at each other. Slowly, the air began to feel warmer, and the icy grip on the kingdom loosened. By the time the sun set, the kingdom sparkled not just with ice, but with "Thank you, Clara," Princess Frostine said, her face glowing with happiness. "You've brought joy back to my heart and saved my kingdom." Luna reappeared beside Clara and smiled. "You've done well, Clara, but our journey isn't over yet." With a wave of Luna's hand, they were off to their next destination, the enchanted forest, home to talking animals and magical creatures. There they met Oliver, a young deer who had lost his confidence in leading his fellow animals. The forest had fallen into disarray because Oliver didn't believe he could guide the others. Clara knelt beside Oliver and said kindly, "Sometimes we all feel unsure of ourselves, but being a leader doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It just means you care about the others and try your best." Oliver's eyes brightened. "Do you really think I can lead them?" "I know you can," Clara encouraged him. "Let's go talk to the animals together." With Clara's support, Oliver gathered the animals of the enchanted forest and found his voice as their leader. He guided them to work together, and soon the forest was restored to its beautiful, harmonious state. "Thank you, Clara," Oliver said. "I couldn't have done it without you." Luna appeared again, her wings sparkling brighter than ever. Clara, you've restored two kingdoms, and now the magic of the land of fairy tales is stronger. But there's one last thing you need to do. They flew to the top of a mountain where a large golden book lay open on a pedestal. Luna explained, "This is the great book of fairy tales. It contains all the stories of our land. But one story is missing, the story of your adventure here." Clara blinked in surprise. "My story?" "Yes," Luna said, smiling. "Without your story, our magic won't be complete. Will you write it?" Clara nodded and picked up the golden quill beside the book. As she began to write about her journey, helping Princess Frostine, guiding Oliver, and restoring joy and courage to the fairy tale kingdoms, the golden words glowed brightly. With each word, the land of fairy tales grew stronger and more vibrant. When she finished, the great book closed with a soft thud. The land of fairy tales was saved. "You did it, Clara," Luna said softly. "You saved us." Clara felt proud and happy. "Thank you for letting me be part of this adventure." As the light surrounded her once more, Clara found herself back in the attic, holding the leather-bound book. She smiled, knowing that her adventure would live on in the land of fairy tales forever. And from that day on, whenever Clara opened a storybook, she remembered her magical journey and the power of friendship, courage, and imagination.